don't have to pay any money. Everyone can share it as equals. It's like a sign of a civilized society.
It's a nice walk for him because we can let him off and can have like a good run. It's nice to bring him here.
People think it's just all built up, all houses, all buildings, but it's not.
Parkland Walk is a linear nature reserve running from Finsbury Park through Highgate to Alexandra Palace. As well as being the perfect place for a run, walk or bike ride, the route has a unique history which sets it apart from the other public spaces in London.
The Parkland Walk began as a railway line connecting Finsbury Park with Alexandra Palace in the middle of the 19th century. And unfortunately, Alexandra Palace burnt down 2 weeks after it was opened. This caused great problems for the future of the railway, which struggled in the fact that there was really nowhere to go. And the advent of the bus service meant it was a quicker way to get to Alexandra Palace than it was via train. And eventually the whole thing was abandoned in 1970, the last train ran. In 1971 the tracks were taken up and it was left as an area of open land. As you go further down you will see one or two little relics of the railway. There's a former platform down at Crouch Hill, and also just past that as you get towards Islington, if you keep your head up rather than down, you'll catch a glimpse of the Spriggan, the spirit of nature climbing out of the abutments of the brickwork, which is so appropriate really to the development of the Parkland Walk.
I'm Chris, I come from Chessington.
I'm Alice and I'm from Finsbury Park.
My name's Jean. I've lived by Parkland Walk for the last 40 years.
I travelled up this morning to commence the next step of my Capital Ring walk.
Yeah, I bring the dog here like 3-4 times a week.
I still go down there every day with Cookie. There's such a good feeling of community about it.
It's a nice walk, it's a pretty walk compared to sort of stumping around Finsbury Park.
Here, to find this oasis park, to find a 2-mile section of parkland and disused stations with history, etc. It's fascinating.
The best thing about Parkland Walk is it gives you somewhere to go in London and makes you feel that it's part of the countryside. It really gets you away from the hustle and bustle of the city.
The thing that really marks Parkland Walk out as different is the fact that it is not managed as a park. It's kept as a nature reserve, which gives it a very unique feeling. It's not tendered edges, it's allowed to ramble and to grow on with its own will. So for many, once they get into this, they get an immediate sense of what it's like to be in the countryside. For us as a friends group, one of the most important things is to connect with the local people, and it's great for us to see people on the Parkland Walk and experiencing it and enjoying it. But one of our hopes and aspirations is to actually get people involved in looking after it, tending it and loving it and making it a special place. And that's the big challenge for us as we go into the future. Lots of people appreciate what they have and they sign up to following what's going on. But what counts for us is the people who give up an hour or two a month just to join us and do conservation work. So if anyone out there wants to join in, they would be most welcome, and they'd find a really good bunch of friends who enjoy good activities out on a Sunday morning.
Into London every morning, 1 million people travel to work, and every evening travel home to the inner and outer suburbs of the capital. Exactly 4 minutes after it came into the station, the train is on its way again, filled with new passengers. A masterpiece of planning made possible by the combined efforts of all grades of railway workers. The moving stairways carry a ceaseless flow of people right into the stations. Shoppers, servicemen on leave or changing billets,